That's a tough special.
What it is, every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left, ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me. I'm not a fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds. Because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech.
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
Alex's photo up earlier. If we can pull that up again, we just want to keep being central to this, that someone lost their life right now, and that we do know it was a 37-year-old man. We're told it was an ICU nurse. And you said that our colleague Jonah Kaplan is reporting that he worked with
the VA. And actually this photo is courtesy of the VA. So this is someone who obviously we're going to learn a lot more about from not only the family who has confirmed his death, but his coworkers, family members, those who loved him in the days that come.
Yes, we will keep that central to our coverage for sure.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine. And tonight we have a special guest. Dana with the data is on with us. Hey, Dana.
Hi. I'm just copy and pasting something real quick. How are you?
Good. And we also have the new party team.
Hey, it's Mia.
And I'm Enzo.
And we already have a super chat coming in from Dana's end. Dana Trumpinator 47 said, Black folks should be bothered by these white tea lunatics. Perfect night because we have a white tea person on with us. Dana. And he'll tell us about why he's not bothered by it. Dana, I'll
Don't boss me with them.
At some point, we are going to play the clip for everyone watching. Dana, what do you think about what your super chatter said? Should Black folks be bothered by this?
Well, that's in my title. What's in my title real quick? Yeah, I said what it says, breaking, ICE shoots armed white man, media blames him while Black folks stay unbothered. Yeah, we should be unbothered because it don't got nothing to do with us. And any Black person out there protesting, they're crazy, but they're the liberal lunatics.
The liberal lunatics. Enzo, should white tea people be bothered by this?
No, white people should. I'm sorry. Republican white people should not be bothered by this. Liberal white people, they're going to be outraged by anything and everything Donald Trump farts the wrong way. They're going to be outraged by it. So anything that is proxy to Donald Trump, aka ICE, they're going to go out there and go protest and cope and defend literal murderers, pedophiles, rapists, the whole nine. That's what you guys are going out there to do is stand up for these people because they're being kidnapped, because the media told you so to go do it. And George Soros is quote unquote funding you guys to go do this. All alleged, but stay outraged, liberals.
Mia, you are you are the uniquest person on the panel. Well, next to me, you got the best of both worlds, the white and the Black. Should Americans be bothered by this?
I think intelligent Americans should not. They should stay home. They should stay home. Stay home. That's what I'm doing. You know, ICE has never shot me. You know why? Because I go home and I go to work and I go to the grocery store and I go home and I go back to work. That is it. I'm staying this one out. It has nothing to do with me. I am going to let federal agents get to the people they need to get off the streets, especially those that are here illegally, regardless of refugee status or migration status. If you're here illegally, then you need to be removed. Like, it is what it is. I say all that to also say I understand that people have the right to protest, but we'll get into that further along in the live stream.
Yeah, but before this, leading up to this, our Attorney General said that she had some strong words.
Rape, homicide, manslaughter. That's who they're trying to protect in Minnesota. I do not understand these people. We sent Governor Walz a very strong letter today. We had been working on this letter. We got it out saying that he better support President Trump. He better support the men and women in law enforcement, because if he doesn't, we are. And that's what we're doing right now.
Were there any consequences in this letter?
Well, we'll see. This is fluid. Let's see how Governor Walz responds. Let's see what he does based on this, based on what's happening right now. But this administration is going to support the citizens. We're going to support our great men and women in law enforcement.
Queen Dana, you are on every week with the judge, the Honorable Judge Joe Brown, and I know he knows the law really well. What do you think about the Attorney General? Is she doing a good job? What do you think she could improve on?
I don't know. She for me, I think she just talks a lot. She needs to do more, and move a little faster. But I think the reason why they're not moving fast because maybe they're doing everything by the book, and sometimes the legal process takes time. It's not overnight. And I guess whatever she plans on doing, she want to make sure it sticks because I want Don Lemon to be arrested. She said he's next. So, it's like, okay, so go find another judge that's going to issue his arrest because that magistrate judge was like, no, we're not going to charge him. But that was just a magistrate. So, yeah. So sometimes it's like Pam Bondi be dropping a ball. And my thing is, but she talks a lot. So it's like, time to ticking, girl. Because I'm thinking in the next 6 months, I'm going to do a count of, okay, what charges, what arrests, and if it's not up to par, I think she should resign. So yeah, I think the time is ticking for her.
Why has she not called an insurrection, Dana? What did the judge say about it? What was the reason?
We didn't discuss that. I think the president has to do that, not her. I'm not sure. But again, you got to have legal grounds or some, and make sure like your problem is, what is that noise? Oh, that's you, Nora.
It's me.
Nora, you don't got no Rodecaster?
No, what's that?
Do you have girl, you need to get a Rodecaster.
What's that?
That's where you plug your microphone in, so that way it won't sound airy and all this. Like if you're moving your thing around, we can hear everything. But Rodecaster, it isolates all the sound, the outside sound.
Oh,
yeah, and everybody on your panel should get a Rodecaster too. But yeah, so I don't. What is the insurrection? Because Tim Walz, he deployed the National Guard. So it's funny. So Tim Walz deploying the National Guard because he has control of the state National Guards. But then Trump could bring in National Guards, federal National Guards, and then he could also deputize, I think, the state National Guard. So, well, what is the National Guards going to do that Tim Walz claiming he want to activate? They're going to prevent ICE from doing their job. So now we're going to have a clash between state and federal. And we always say federal always trumps state. So I think this is what we're seeing playing out. Because I'm like, why are you deploying the National Guard? Tell your people, first of all, get a permit to protest, and they need to protest peacefully.
Enzo, why has Donald Trump, in your opinion, not called the insurrection yet then?
Only thing that can come to mind, actually, somebody said it to me on my live before I was talking about it. They go, the one thing that's pissing me off is Donald Trump and Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi for not doing her job, and we just saw a video of her. I don't understand why she's on Fox News talking about all this shit. Where's the indictments? Where's the indictment to the people? You indicted 3 people. Cool. Great. Back to Donald Trump, though, why he hasn't invoked the Insurrection Act. The only thing that we could think of that somebody told me was he's not playing into the hands of the Democrat where he's just going to weaponize the military against the people and become this all-out dictator. So it's more of just optics is why he didn't do it yet. That's the only thing that I can realistically think of at this point, because if this rhetoric wasn't out there that he's trying to weaponize the military against our people, I think it would have been done a long time ago. Like I've been saying for months now after what happened in Los Angeles. I think it's just something on optics, and the courts they'll try to bring it to court and fight it and prolong the entire thing. So it's just a mess, whatever way you put it. Damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
I have what's funny is I just thought about this. So what Don Lemon did falls under the purview of the FACE Act, which is a federal civil rights violation. So she doesn't even need a magistrate from Minnesota or a judge from Minnesota. She could bring him on federal charges of a violation of the FACE Act and times that by X amount of people that were in that church. So we could say 27 or 50 FACE Act violations. So I don't understand why she hasn't done that. She doesn't even need Minnesota, because what he did was a violation of federal law, which is directly under her purview.
That's a good point. Yeah, because what they did. You're not supposed to go into a church like that. That's not legal. You're violating the right to worship how you want, the right freedom of religion.
Yep.
But so we do have the angle of the shooting. So for everyone watching that may or may not know, there was another shooting today involving ICE and a protester, agitator, however you want to call them. If you have small children, I would suggest you have them leave the room. So here we go.
Go. What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly. The fuck did you just do? What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! 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 The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Ah! Yes! Liz, somebody call the ambulance! Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody needs to call the ambulance! Somebody call 911! I can't believe they just did that! Holy shit! Holy shit! Just get come on! Come on! Oh my god, you fucking people, man! You're
Okay, so to answer this, I actually was watching some streams on TikTok, and yes, they already are saying say his name, say his name.
What's
say
his name? Who is he?
He is a white 37-year-old ICU nurse. He actually is from Minnesota. What's his name, Mia? Do you know? I thought I saw it.
No, honestly, I have no idea who this man is.
I do know about him. I just
Actually,
don't
go
want
to NewYorkPost.com.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Minnesota mayhem, honey. Alex Jeffrey Preety.
Yeah.
Alex Jeffrey, that's his name. So based on what you saw, Dana, while I'm pulling it up, what's your take on the shoot?
I mean, the ICE agents, they have immunity, so it's not like they're going to get in trouble. But what exactly was he doing? Somebody was spraying some spray. What was he doing? Because I'm confused as far as like, how did it lead up to that? Like, what was he doing? Was he doing what Nicole was doing, trying to get in their way? And
correct. So what happened was another protester was arguing with them, and then he was there trying to protect her from what someone said, and he was stepping in on it. And that's when that happened. Enzo, is that what you heard on your stream today or from your research?
Yeah, so from what I've gathered by looking at the situation was as you could see before everything went down, he was trying to direct traffic and obstructing ICE officers from doing their job. Officer came over, shoved the one person he thinks he's a vigilante that gives him grounds to go over there and go put hands on an officer, and then you see him dragging that person as the ICE officers are trying to pull him to the ground. A scuffle on the ground, somebody screams gun, boom. That's exactly what happened.
leave that video up real quick. The video was just the screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, and it's like I know I'm sounding redundant. So What did he do exactly? Like what did he do? What did he do? Was he trying to prevent the ICE agents?
He was trying to protect the other protester because they were about to pepper spray her, I believe. And so he was stepping in.
Why were they pepper spraying the protester?
I have another. I think I have the angle of it, but Enzo, do you know why? Because I had
They
the
were
other.
harassing. They were harassing and obstructing ICE officers.
So she was it was obstructing ICE officers. You can't do that. And he stepped in to prevent them for detaining her via pepper spray or whatever. And then what? He had a gun and then he pulled the gun out.
Yeah, so what happened was the pepper spray came out after he put his hands on the officer. So the officer came up, shoved the one person out of the way. Then he came up and put hands on the officer, and that's when the OC spray came out, which led to the scuffle on the ground.
So then why did they shoot him? Because he was trying to pull out a gun, or they just saw his gun and shot him?
They must have seen his gun and shot him, because the video is showing us both hands. He's like this, face first, both hands are down. So he can't reach for his gun when he's face first, both hands are down. So either they saw the weapon and said gun, but my biggest thing is that why would you as an officer of federal law, you know better than to discharge your weapon surrounding with 5 or 6 of your colleague coworkers right next to you. That is so crazy to me. Who would discharge a weapon pointed down with nothing but your coworkers right there? It takes seconds for somebody to move a body part, and he could have clipped in the head, kill shot his own coworkers. And I know that's not what police officers do. So to me, that's my biggest problem is why would you do something like that? And why does it take 6, 7 ICE agents to take down one man who's less than 180 pounds, under 6 feet tall? And then if the woman was so important, she's walked away. They let her go. So clearly she wasn't that much of an agitator, because we saw her on video walk away and they let her go. So a lot of this business is funny to me, because nothing about what they're doing is protocol. They didn't even arrest that woman. They didn't keep her on the ground. They didn't handcuff her. They didn't anything. So a lot of this just seems very suspect to me.
But why are these protesters interfering in what they're doing? Because you're not supposed. You could march, you could protest, you could yell, you could scream, you could call them names. But the moment you step in the way of them doing their job, you have no authority, no right to do that. So, and then he's trying to, so they could do what they want to do to her as far as detaining her or subduing her via pepper spray or whatever. And then he steps in instead of minding his business. Honestly, I do see some sprinkle of white privilege here. And my thing is, y'all didn't learn from Nicole. And I'm like, what? And then if he had a gun on him, he must have been trying to go for his gun. And my thing is, the ICE agents, they don't have body cam, and maybe they should start wearing body cam, but it was a clean shot. Stop interfering with ICE. Like, just stop interfering. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's another video, Dana. I thought I saved it, but I swear to God, in the video, I don't know where it is. I wish I had it, but I'm trying to find it. He was saying, "You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me today." So he was agitating them in the other angle I saw, but I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, well, stop interfering. And so you got laid down just like Nicole did.
I don't know. My thing is I guess I'm a little hesitant. It just seems like Nicole situation, that Renee Nicole Good lady or whatever, her situation for me was very cut and dry. I mean, she was in a vehicle, it was moving. That was extremely cut and dry. I thought that was incredibly justified. Given the law when it comes to justification and not knowing if you're going to make it home or not, and you have that split second to decide that, I thought that was incredibly justified. This seems just like inherently very messy. I'm not surprised he has a weapon on him. I mean, Minnesota is a carry state. I personally live in a state where you don't need a permit to carry, conceal, or open. So it's not unusual that people carry. Plenty of people carry. You can't go to Walmart without seeing somebody carry. It doesn't mean they have intention of using it. Enzo carries. He does not wake up every day with the intention to discharge his firearm that he lawfully has. You know, some people do just carry. So it just seems very messy to me. I hope some of them have body cams on, like the Renee Good shooting or whatever, because they did have body cams and they did have cameras going. So hopefully we can get some other vantage point, but it just seems incredibly messy.
I shared my ex. Can you pull it up? Because it's different videos that people have different angles and stuff.
Okay.
All right, let's see. So it says ICE agents in Maine just photographed civilian's face and name and said they're putting him in a database. Okay, that's in Maine. ICE agents disarmed the man before they begin to shoot. So let me go to people who I do follow on here that like be on it. Empty hand. But that's the ICE agent's hand right there. I don't get it. This guy is on the ground. Do y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it.
Well,
It looked like they're hitting him too.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
hand. Okay, gun in hand. Whose gun? The ICE agent.
ICE agent has the gun. I wonder if that's the one that no. Oh, maybe no. Is he the one that shot him? Is that why he's running?
No, it's not the ICE agent that shot him.
Okay, so empty hand, and then he must have been the one that disarmed Alex, unless he pulled out his own gun that he had. Empty hand. Okay, empty hand. That's the ICE agent hand. Oh, he took the gun out. It looked like he had it in his leg. Okay. Oh, it looks like he's disarming him. Hand and gun.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So they took the gun away from him. And why did they still shoot? Who's it? Oh, this is Alex Jones.
I mean, and that's why for me, this is different than Renee. I'm sorry, there were 6, they were properly chained. 6 of them should have been able to disarm him without having to shoot him.
This is my thing with it. I'm not going to look at how many people were trying to get the weapon away from him or trying to arrest him. These ICE agents are going to be on edge. Again, like I've been saying for weeks now since the Renee Good situation, the precedence has already been set with these people. Doesn't matter how many people are there to take somebody down, they're going to protect each other, no matter how many people it takes, because these people are crazed. These people are lunatics. These people are going out there to harm ICE officers. If you're just going about your day, I don't really see the problem when an officer is trying to detain you to just say, I have a weapon on me. I have a weapon on me, and put your arms up and not try to fight them. If that ICE officer or that Border Patrol officer, did take the weapon away from him, he's still on the ground struggling, trying to fight. He says, I got the gun. Everybody else hears gun, or just hears gun. They're going to shoot because we've had situations where people are showing up with ICE agents that are coming to assault them with weapons. They're going to take every precaution to protect themselves. It met the threat assessment level that one of them could have been harmed under Graham v. Connor. They tried to disarm him. There was a weapon. Somebody said gun. He ended up unalived. I'm sorry. I don't really... I have no sympathy for any of these idiots anymore out there doing this, recording ICE officers, obstructing ICE officers, and losing their life. I don't. I have no sympathy for these people when they're the same people that cheered when people on our side got killed for no reason, when they cheered on the little girls in the flood in Texas when they were killed. I have no sympathy for any of them. I don't even care about any of this anymore.
Who was cheering for that?
The people on
the lunatic liberals?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dana, when he's done, can I share a video? I actually have a closer
Yeah, I
shot.
wanna let me see what he's saying. Ocean.
Okay, then I need to share.
All right, in the next hour, I'm going to release a report that's got all the video blown up from different angles of Alex Peretti being killed during the big anti-ICE demonstrations and riots in Minneapolis, Minnesota today. And you can see right there that they tackle him. Their guns aren't out. You hear a gun go off. ICE runs back. They clearly believe he's pulling a gun. He starts getting up, and then they shoot him. So regardless, it's a clean shoot. They're coming to try to impede federal law enforcement carrying out court orders and warrants. This has never been an issue before because they've never had Democrats uprise against it. You have the mayors and governors and Democrats in Congress saying it's all illegal, telling the public they're Nazis, telling them rise up to create the powder keg that's the Podesta plan. So look for that report and the facts with all the different angles blown up right here at Relog Shows on X and Infowars.com.
Okay, well, 1 second. Let me play this because there's a closer shot of
Just
it.
figure clean off.
So basically what they're saying is that they took their phone. If you see in the first shot, that was close up of what happened when they first shot the guy.
I want to play this clip of the mayor. He had a message for Trump.
Oh, good old Jacob.
This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. This administration and everyone involved in this operation should be reflecting. They should be reflecting right now and asking themselves, what exactly are you accomplishing? If the goal was to achieve peace and safety, this is doing exactly the opposite. If the goal was to achieve calm and prosperity, this is doing exactly the opposite. Are you standing up for American families right now? Or are we tearing them apart? The invasion of these heavily armed masked agents roaming around on our streets of Minneapolis, emboldened with a sense of impunity, it has to end. This is not how it has to be. So, to President Trump, this is a moment to act like a leader. Put Minneapolis, put America first in this moment. Let's achieve peace. Let's end this operation, and I'm telling you, our city will come back. Safety will be restored. We're asking for you to take action now to remove these federal agents.
Yeah. So what is wrong
This
with
is
that?
not a partisan issue.
Oh wait, I'm
This is an
sorry.
American issue.
So what is wrong with his message? Because it's a whole lot.
Everything. I mean, we could go to DHS's website and show all these people that they're getting out of Minnesota alone that these people are standing up for. I'm sorry, he's one of the most incompetent mayors I've ever seen in my entire life, saying that this is not a partisan issue when you're literally inciting the violence and saying that police should go out there and go fight ICE agents, to the point where his own police chief that was standing behind him made a like, are you fucking serious face right behind him. saying that ICE should get out of Minnesota and Minneapolis when they're federally protected agents doing the job that we voted for to get these criminals that Mayor Fry and his police department and his Department of Justice in the city, as well as Tim Walz as the governor, is denying the retainers for all these people that are in Minnesota, but the federal government hurting civilians that are sticking up for, again, disgusting humans. We can go down the fucking list. Is completely asinine to say that this is Donald Trump's doing when you guys are the ones that are fighting the federal government on it. It will never make fucking sense to me.
So JD Vance, he says, when I visited Minnesota, what the ICE agents wanted more than anything was to work with local law enforcement so that situations on the ground didn't get out of hand. The local leadership in Minnesota has so far refused to answer those requests. That is true, because the chief of the police, he held several press conferences within the last few months, even last month, a couple of weeks ago, saying that he instructed his officers do not assist ICE. So that Renee Good situation, that's their fault, because they should have been there. They don't have to help ICE arrest illegals, but they could make sure that the protesters stay within their, barriers and not interfere with ICE doing their work. So I blame the leadership, and that mayor, he's getting subpoenaed anyway to sit in front of Congress with the billions of dollars that he knew, along with the governor, stole.
Come on, I'm surprised he didn't say that address in Somali, because he speaks fluent Somali from all the money that they've been giving him and all the times he hangs out with them. So I'm shocked he actually said that in English, to be honest.
Wait,
I forgot he knew how to say English, speak English.
I know. Before you play another clip, Data, this is what it looks like on the ground there right now.
You know what's crazy is I was just there last week. Like, it's such a mind fuck. I was literally just in that city last week.
Does it look like this?
What happened to the sound?
Oh, I muted it because Mia was talking. Did it look like this?
No. Not at all.
Well, wherever you went last week, it's not going to look like that. It'll be burned to the ground. That's their hopes and plans.
Peaceful.
So somebody in the chat was like, play a video where they're telling them to shoot ICE. So I have this here. Arizona Democrat Attorney General Chris Mays is facing mass calls to resign or even be prosecuted after she suggested people can shoot ICE agents if they're wearing masks. Let's see.
Democratic Attorney General Chris Mays has a message for ICE.
We are watching you. If you violate an Arizona law, I will prosecute you.
The AG's office posted this new page on its website for the community to report alleged misconduct by federal agents, including video and images of the events in question.
We are encouraging people to send us their videos, and they have every right under the First Amendment to record those videos.
If there are confrontations between residents and ICE agents, like we've seen in other cities, Mays is concerned they could turn deadly.
But to be clear, you're not telling folks you have license if you are threatened to shoot a peace officer.
No, but again, if you're being attacked by someone who is not identified as a peace officer, how do you know?
That's one reason Mays is demanding that ICE agents remove their masks.
If somebody comes at me wearing a mask and I can't tell whether they're a police officer, what am I supposed to do?
Are you blind? They wear vests that say police, HSI, ICE, BORTEC, CBP. They have fucking arm patches. They have their fucking badges on their belt loop. What do you mean you can't tell who they are?
And I know the video that they're talking about, Dana, like There's an Antifa guy that's going around that's saying he's going to shoot the agents. So after Mia speaks or can you speak, I'll play it.
Go ahead.
Oh, who, me?
Well, I wasn't talking. I was talking to Noah. I don't know if anybody was saying.
Oh, no, I'm good. I don't got anything to say. You guys are good.
Okay, here it goes. This is the
My name is
Antifa
Kyle.
guy.
I'm Antifa, and there's so much rage in me that I've had to record this like 15 times trying to get the message out. They fucked up, okay? Go watch my other videos. Doesn't matter if you're not here and you're not caught up. You missed the fucking fight. But if you are, it's time to suit up. Boots on the ground. Nicolette and...
If they saying a lot of F words, don't play those videos.
Oh, okay. Well,
because that, yeah, like it's too much. I really stay away from people. If you keep saying FFF, the algorithm, YouTube, they suppress a lot. And then they could flag it. So, and I hate when people do those videos because those TikToks or those videos be really good videos, but they're cursing F this, MF that, and it's just too much. Find another one when they're
okay. I'll try to find because they're going that guy. He's going there. He's threatening Antifa. But we have 2 super chats that came in. Mia, you have a he said this is for Mia. Whoever this Nate guy is really likes you, honey. He created a whole new account for you.
Oh, thank you, Nate. That was very nice.
And Michael said, we need some kind of compromise. Maybe sanctuary cities let immigration enforcement into prisons and jails and return the feds ease up on aggressive street operations. Dana, do you think that's a solution?
What?
With the super chest.
Sometime coming, maybe sanctuary cities let immigration enforcement to prisons, jails, and in return the feds ease up. Well, that's what they wanted to do. So the Biden administration, they would arrest a lot of illegals and let them go and give them a court date, but they didn't have to show up. So when you got a new administration coming in and you going into these sanctuary cities and states, because those are the ones that's harboring the illegals, girl.
That wasn't me. I'm muted.
Oh, well, I will talk afterwards because I'm gonna send you a link to the Rodcaster. But anyway, that's what they were supposed to do. And that's what people from the Trump administration and even Trump himself and JD Vance, they were saying, give us the list of the criminals. And so when Trump did the press conference on the 20th, making 1 full year that he's been back in office, and he held up all the pictures of the illegal criminals, that they arrested. And he was like, it would have been so much easier if the sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, mayors and governors were working with us and just telling the ICE agents, here are the list of the criminals, go get them. So now they did it. The Democrats wanted that on purpose. So you can have people scattered everywhere. So what do you call it when you throw like a puzzle up in the air and then now you got to figure out putting the pieces together and you're just causing chaos. And then on top of that, you have these lunatic protesters, thinking that they could interfere with ICE business with their work. And it's like, no, you cannot do that. This is like if an officer come into your neighborhood because something happened to a neighbor and you go run and get in the officer's face trying to block them. No, you're going to get thrown down. You're going to get arrested. And sometimes you're going to get shot and killed. So that's what they should have did. They're not doing it. They're instructed. These Democrats are not doing that. So this is what we have. And that's why what Trump is doing, he's going after sanctuary city laws to get it completely abolished, to make it illegal to even have sanctuary city laws in states. So I blame the Democrats.
I want to add to that real quick. Minnesota alone, there has been 1,360 criminal illegal aliens in Minnesota custody where ICE detainers that were not being honored, and the state has released 470 of those 1,360 onto the streets of Minnesota. 1,300 ICE detainers that they've refused and released 470 of them into their streets. That's why this is going on. They could have literally just handed them over and said, here you go.
Right. So now they're going into what information they have and sometimes going in blind. So yeah, they're going to, if you got an accent, yeah, they're going to question you. And then on top of that, in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, you have a $19 billion fraud. So Like, what's really going on there? I pulled up Mario because he always has like a whole bunch of. He's always on it with different videos on X. So the National Guard, Minnesota National Guard vehicles are now rolling up outside Bishop Henry. What was this? Whipple Federal Building. Okay, so now the National Guards that Tim Walz deployed are coming in. So what are they going to do?
Protect the protesters.
And then it says anti-ICE activists barricades a mayor's office in California. Protect us from ICE. They blocked the doors and demanded clear answers on how local police plan to protect residents from federal immigration agents. What?
Listen to your people.
That's crazy.
I feel like these people don't work. I feel like nobody works because all of these protests take place on like a Tuesday or a Monday or a Wednesday at like 11 a.m. where everybody in theory should be at work. Not even like a lunchtime, just like in the middle of the day where everybody should be at work. This is crazy to me.
Well, they are getting paid. They are at work because a lot of them are paid agitators. And if they, if they are taking off work, whatever organizations that are organizing these protests, they paid them for that day. And then if you trace back these organizations, well, who funded it? People like a George or Alex Soros and others. So they are paid agitators.
I just want to say this too. I think it's crazy with all of this going on. You have mayors and you have governors fighting against the federal government. And then at the same time, this is the same party that says there was a party shift that happened in this country. I'm pretty sure I learned history correctly. We fought a civil war over the exploitation of people in this country, which the Democrats want to keep illegal migrants to exploit them. And then the states wanted their rights. And the Democrats want states' rights right now to keep these illegal immigrants from the federal government the same exact way. But again, Democrats, party shift happened. Yep, it happened. But you guys are screaming the same exact thing. When the fuck are you guys going to wake up? I've been screaming this for weeks now. The writing is on the wall of what the Democrats want and what they're doing. When are you going to wake up?
So what is AOC saying?
Oh boy.
Foregone conclusion. But again, Democrats do have the ability. There are 10, Republicans do need 10 Democratic votes in the United States Senate to pass continued unfettered ICE voting with no guardrails as it stands. And I think that regardless of where you are in the Democratic Party, this moment and this incident proves that the status quo cannot stand. And I would implore my Democratic colleagues in the Senate to vote no against maintaining this DHS funding as it stands. Foregone conclusion.
You ain't talking about nothing. So they're protesting in New York, they're protesting in DC. And so here's my question. And I guess everyone on the panel can answer it. Why are they upset? Why are they protesting against ICE? Because ICE is there to arrest illegals and deport them. So so basically, am I wrong? Are they protesting because they don't want ICE to deport the illegals? They want the illegals to
Correct.
stay.
And also leading up to this, to be fair, there have been deaths in ICE custody that have not been caught on camera. This just happens to be a white tea woman that everyone cared about, but there were people that died in their custody. This is not the first death. It's not even the first death this year. So do I think it's right that they're going and interrupting ICE proceedings? Absolutely not. But I understand why they're protesting. It doesn't make it right though.
Who said there were deaths there have been deaths? Where's their proof? Who said it? A politician?
No, I will show you proof. There have been deaths in ICE custody. There have been deaths leading up.
Who said it? Who said it? Who said it?
I'm going to send you the list, Dana, but there have been deaths.
No, I'm asking you, where did you hear it at?
I didn't hear it anywhere. I read it. There have been deaths. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. Who wrote that? Who wrote it?
I'm going to show it to you.
No. Just tell me what media.
You can look it up, Dana. I don't know. I don't know.
So here's my point. Exactly. The media news, the liberal media news outlet, which is all of the major legacy news outlets, they are going to write false narratives. They don't have proof. You have Jasmine Crockett saying the same thing. Oh, somebody died. Okay,
but that's footage from the Republican administration. That they're not just making up these stats and these figures. This is the reality.
Yes, they are, and that's what I'm saying. Stop believing everything you read. Just stop.
Okay, so the Department of DH.
So when they tell you somebody died, they're trying to paint the picture. Oh, they died because the ICE agent killed them. No, how do you know they didn't die because
he just told you it's from DHS website?
Okay, so DHS website has to per year. They have to. It's called a detainee death reporting. You can go on ice.gov/detain/detainee. So they do have to report all of their deaths in custody. Obviously, you can look it up from there, but they have from like 2025 all the way down. So you can see they are listed with the month, the day, the year, and their names. You can click on the names and then go from there where they have the report up. Sorry, you can't see it on here. So you can go to DHS and look it up.
Why? Do they say how did they die? What did they die from?
Synopsis of death. This person said, it breaks it down. I'm not going to read all of this, but yes, it does give you their medical report, literally minute by minute, which LPN or RN actually gave them resuscitation. So it's pretty detailed.
No, just
you
tell
can
me
go on
cause of death. Just give me one or two.
This one, Mr.
I just put it in the chat. 2026.
Criminal history, unknown history.
January 3rd, died in an ICE detention facility in Texas. Death ruled a homicide.
So this one, it looks like he went to cardiac arrest, and they gave him norepinephrine.
Wait, stop. A homicide by an ICE agent or by another inmate?
I mean, that I don't know, Dana, but
that's my point.
That one I know what you're talking about.
No, this is what I'm saying when I say details. Yeah. Yes, they're going to. People die in our American prisons every day. So if somebody died in ICE custody, did they die by another detainee? Because they could have been rival gang members. So they're locked up together. They don't all like each other. Just like when you're in a prison and you locked up in General Pop, you may get beat up or you may get killed. So this is what I'm saying in the detail. So the media is saying, oh, people are dying in ICE custody, but they're trying to paint it as if ICE agents are the ones killing them. And it's like, no, they're probably being killed by someone who's in a gang that they didn't like or owed you money or whatever. They could be killed in a homicide by another detainee. They're criminals, remember? A lot of them are gang members. So again, what are the details? What was the cause of death?
Regardless of the details, Dana, people are upset because
here's my final question with that.
I'm not upset. I'm not the one out there.
No, but here's my listen. Here's my final point. When people say, this is the only thing I'm concerned about. When you say that they're dying, my question is, did they die by the hands of an ICE agent? If it's no, I don't give a shit.
I understand you don't care, but these people care. That's why you asked why they're protesting.
But they're protesting. They're protesting for the wrong shit.
I understand, but that doesn't matter. That's the reason.
Don't paint a picture like, oh, people are dying, so ICE should ease up. It's not ICE killing them.
And how many times over the years did the police kill Black people in custody and say it didn't happen? Like the reality,
not a lot. That's not in a true fucking fact right there. And that's not a lot. Now I do, and here's the thing: there are more Black cops that harm and beat up and have killed inmates that are Black. So this is not a Black or white thing. And what I'm saying, and then that gets swept under the rug. You have to really know a family and a local police station like I do that got beat up by the cops and they sent him home and he ended up dying. But that's less than 1%. A lot of people die in prison by the hands of another inmate or they're just terminally sick. So again, when these media outlets say, oh, they're a lot of politicians, because they're the ones putting it out there. When they say they're dying, you ain't telling us why they dying. Because if it's homicide, it's most likely by another illegal. So
for that one that we were talking about, the one that was the homicide, is because a lot of left-wing creators on TikTok and a lot of people got a lot of backlash for saying it because it was somebody who got who was in ISIS custody who was unalived by an inmate. That person that was killed was a child predator. We all know what happens when a child predator goes to regular jail and how they get in there. So I don't really give a fuck if this person got killed in ICE custody whatsoever by another fucking inmate. That's somebody that shouldn't be walking to begin with. I'm sorry. So yeah, the details do matter. I mean, this is not a new thing. Like it's selective outrage with people being killed in ICE custody, regardless if it's the hands of ICE or external factors or other inmates killing these people, because every single administration, we have a tally of how many people died under ICE's custody. Barack Obama, the 1 year, the highest, I think it was like 73. It was like 70 or 73 people that died under ICE's custody. This is not a new. Yeah, this is not a new thing. Like people die in ICE custody.
So where was the uproar and the protest when Obama was doing? Because he holds the record of the most of the president that arrest and detain and deported the most illegals. He holds that record. So y'all they didn't care then. These lunatic liberals didn't care. So the politicians didn't care on the right or the left. So what
collective outrage, like I said. For since 2003, every single administration has funded ICE except for two administrations, 2016 through 2020 and 2024 through 2028. Those are the only two administrations that the Democrats have not tried to fund and tried to defund ICE. But every single year for the last over 20 years, the Democrats have funded ICE. This is not disputable, not debatable.
You wanted to defund it? You said 20.
So from 2003, when it's been started, there's only been two administrations that they tried to defund ICE. 2016 through 2020, 2024 through 2028. Common denominator, who was president of those two administrations?
Trump.
Selective outrage.
Right. Selective outrage, selective chaos, just selective bullshit. It's just all BS. Like, I don't care. Like, arrest them all. They got the 5-year-old. Oh, they detained a 5-year-old. That was a whole lie. Because go to DHS at DHS on Twitter, on X. It was like, first of all, the father abandoned the child. We called the mother. The mother don't want the child. And what the ICE agents did, put the child someplace warm, gave him McDonald's, gave him video games, protected him, make sure he was okay, because the parents abandoned him. So that's what I'm saying. Stop believing what a politician or what these media outlets, and it could be Fox News, stop believing what they're saying, because a lot of it is just misinformation.
Oh, Jesus. Well, the goal of this is to divide the country. It's working. The goal of on the left, they want to burn down the cities, and the right, I hate to say it, you guys are going to blow up on me in the chat, but they want mass surveillance. They want insurrection. They want to send military to the towns, and it's happening. Liberals, please stay the fuck home. Don't go burn down the towns. Don't go show up, because this is what they want.
No, that's not what they want. What?
Can I say something real quick?
Nobody protest. A lot of states, Florida, you're not even protesting. Stop. Like that's what
Dana,
I'm
but you're not Dana. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Let's start with that. Okay? I'm explaining to you why they're upset.
No, they're not. That's your opinion. That's not Nora.
I'm telling you why they're upset, Dana. I'm telling you.
Wait. No, you're seeing there it's divide and conquer, but a majority of Americans are minding their business. You have New York City, not the state. You have Minneapolis, not even a whole state of Minnesota, and you have Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're minding their business because it's
no. That's not. Stop cutting me off real quick. No, those three cities I named are the only cities that are protesting. Minneapolis is the only one that's turning up.
They're protesting all over. They're not burning down the cities, though. That's the difference.
There's protests
here. Yes, there's protests here in Florida. They're just not getting out.
Okay, a couple of people walking down the street, but they got a permit and they're peaceful.
Of course, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that's wrong for them.
In every single city in the state of Florida.
What? There's protests everywhere. There's protests all over the country.
How many people protesting in Florida? Florida's a state.
You know why they're burning down Minneapolis? To your
No, I'm
point.
talking about Florida.
I understand, Dana. I'm trying to
No,
explain.
I want you to answer my question. How many protests are going on in Florida? How many cities?
They're all over the state. It's all over the
No,
country.
one city.
Dana,
One
I
city.
don't know that, but you're
In
not.
Florida.
You're not
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
speak though.
The
You're not letting me
television
speak.
is making it seem like
not
it's
letting me
so
speak.
much, but it's not.
You're
It's,
not.
it's,
But you're
it's
not
not
letting me
that
speak,
serious.
though.
It's people
They're-
on their business.
Yeah, people do need to mind their business. I 100% agree with you. But that's all I'm saying is that they're hoping. And when I say
Hold
they,
on,
I'm referring
somebody
to
is
the
asking Memphis is protesting. Who? Black people? No, honey. Stop.
everywhere, Dana. Who
Stop.
said anything? People are
No,
protesting
somebody in the chat
everywhere.
was like Memphis is protesting. You know who's protesting in Memphis? Those politicians, because Memphis is majority black, or the white people in Memphis. Like, come on, stop. They ain't protesting today with that storm.
Well, you'd be surprised. Those people are crazy. That was kind of going to be my point too, is I think everybody needs to stay home and mind their business. The feds are going to do whatever the feds want to do. Don't get yourself arrested, and obviously don't get yourself dead. But what I find is like absolutely crazy at this point in time is the amount of women who are bringing their babies out in negative 10, 15 degrees. That's a PSA for any mother, father. If you have children, I don't want to see your 6-month-old baby strapped to your back while you're at an ICE protest in Minneapolis, specifically where it's negative 15. I live in the Northeast. It's negative 10. It's about to be negative 27 tomorrow. What is wrong with these people? That's crazy to me that they are bringing their children and using them as human shields and then being upset when their children potentially get pepper sprayed as they're putting their children in these dangerous situations. That's what I can't get over. I don't understand that part. I don't see anybody talk. That's crazy to me.
Niggas ain't outside in no cold weather protesting. In Memphis ain't nothing but niggas there. Black people don't like the cold.
Yo, Dana, I love you.
When summertime comes,
I got my blanket.
Yes, summertime come. First of all, FIFA World Cup, and especially where I'm from, tri-state, New York, New Jersey, especially New Jersey, that's where the games are going to be at. I think the game's going to be in California and Texas, Mexico.
Don't remind me, it's going to be a shit show here.
They ain't thinking about no goddamn protesting. They put out a fake news thing that thinking that it was going to spread. Oh, people wanted a refund for their tickets. Get the hell out of here, honey. Those airlines and hotels is booked. They don't give a shit about these illegals. Clean. First of all, hurry up and clean. Get them the hell out to make sure that it's a smooth transition. Now, and hire some Americans to work the food stands at the arenas, because usually it's the illegals that be working the food stands. So maybe you could replace the illegals with American workers that's going to be working at the FIFA World Cup games.
Did you see one of those, what is it, the German chancellor or like vice chancellor or whatever wants them to boycott the American games
of what,
the FIFA World Cup? Yeah.
And oh, they want the soccer players?
Well, they want everybody. They don't want nobody coming.
And that's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. These people spend like tens of thousands of dollars or euros or whatever on these like season passes or some crap. They're coming here. They're getting their money's
I will
worth.
say this. I will say this. For the games in New Jersey, please boycott it. Please boycott it. I see the congestion that MetLife gets already. It's right off the turnpike with the American Dream Mall. It's a fucking shit show around there. So please boycott those games. We don't want the traffic. Please.
Well,
I beg you.
So you know what? I will give it to New Jersey because that's where I'm born and raised. Football games, you should know this. They don't serve alcohol after halftime because people just fucking shit up.
Too rowdy.
Yeah, but I went to Beyonce concert twice, MetLife, and they are very organized because you get in the train, so they have gotten better with monitoring the traffic. Now you go to that turnpike coming and going, it's just going to be traffic, but it's a high Brazilian, Portuguese, soccer lovers, population. So Newark, MetLife, it is going to be a shit show with traffic. I was trying to be positive, but no, it is going to be because people, they're going to turn the hell up. They're gonna turn up.
It's already a shit show over there during just throughout the week. You throw a football game or a concert around there, it don't matter. And I'm in South Jersey. I go up there quite a bit.
Okay, so yeah, you got to drive up to the BS, but I just think with the World Cup, that's just going to be on a whole nother level, because the soccer fans, football, the football, FUT, the football fans, they're, to me, way more aggressive than a lot of our American football fans. Like, that's a whole different type of energy with these World Cups.
I don't know about that. The Eagles fans are pretty rowdy.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Well, that's the Eagles, but
we burn down the city for when we win or lose. Go Birds.
Did you guys? I was gonna say, I got stuck on European algorithm, and they're all complaining because they don't realize how big and expansive the United States is. And I feel bad because a lot of them are gonna come here thinking they can go to like New York and Texas in the same day. Because somehow they think everything is driving distance. And I'm like, you can be in Texas and drive for 8 hours and still be in motherfucking Texas.
Yeah. Wait, so who thinks that? Foreigners?
Yes, they have no idea how large America is. They always talk to us and they talk down to us because we don't not everybody is traveling to Europe and is going to all these different countries. And it's like they don't quite understand. We have states that are larger than half of Europe put together. Legitimately, you can start in Texas, drive 8 hours, and still be in Texas. New York takes over 6 hours to get through. Pennsylvania's 5 hours. I mean, Florida's got to be an 8-hour, 12-hour trip to get from
10 hours,
to the
12
bottom.
hours, 12 hours.
Like, they don't quite understand how big our states are and how different they are from each other. So it's going to be very interesting to see them think they're going to, be able to see the lady holding the Statue of Liberty and then end in Texas on the same day.
I will bet everybody here $20 that you are not going to see no ICE protests when the World Cup start. Even
Oh no.
No.
ICE is already in Jersey. Like I've seen ICE. I've watched an ICE raid go down. There was people standing outside there for 2 minutes. They picked up the guy. Everybody went inside. Nobody gives a shit here. I go to Newark all the time. Newark's outraged about everything and anything, no matter what the day is. You do not see anybody out there standing say fuck ICE. You don't. You had 3 people on an overpass in going towards West Orange talking about Renee Good for literally 20 minutes and they were gone. New Jersey, we don't care.
Let me be clear. This was a distraction too from the Waltz, his hearing that they did, the amount of fraud that's coming out. So I'm not saying it's like the right or the Republicans' fault. What I'm saying is part of this is a distraction for what's going on with him. And I do acknowledge that.
Well, he's going to prison. And that's what I'm saying. If Pam Bondi, if she cannot put handcuffs on Tim Walz or Ilion or the mayor, if she cannot put handcuffs on a politician, she needs to resign in 2026.
Absolutely. I mean, she's been very lackluster. I had lots of hope because she came from Florida and I was like, okay, we're good. This person's from Florida. We're good. But she's been very lackluster in her response to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all ever go on Truth Social and on Trump's Truth Social account?
All the time. I love it.
he keeps it going with the BS.
Now, what did he say the other day that had, like, we were all talking about it on stream because somebody's like, yeah, go look at his Truth Social. And I go, the records are so high or something like that. Let's try for a 4th term. And I go, yeah, he'll probably go for a 3rd term. And they're like, no, he said 4th term. And I go, wait, what? It really made me think. I was like, he actually put out there, go for a 4th term. I go, what are you trying to say, Trump? What are you trying to say?
You know, he's going to irritate people. People going to get upset. And I think he says a lot of stuff because of that. Because
it's shock value. That's
people off. Yeah.
He's an entertainer at the end of the day. He's running the country pretty well, but obviously he's going to give us the entertainment on the side.
Right. I'm just okay. I'm just this is his Truth Social. Yeah, Nora, you got to go on Truth Social.
Do you have a lot of followers, Dana?
No, but I go here to follow him, and so I don't really listen to regular media. I kind of like to go to like the source. Like I go to Forbes, I go to the White House on YouTube, I go to like Trump here on Truth Social to see what he's saying, you know. I have just approved emergency declaration for Tennessee. Or is that for the weather? I might give a damn.
And let me be clear, we're in this situation because of Democrat leadership. I acknowledge that. If Biden didn't allow the border to be open the last 4 years, we would not be in this situation. We would not have this pressure for the ICE agents to do what they're doing. And due to the disruptions of these freedom, what do they call themselves? Freedom observers or some shit. They're part of the problem. That's why I know we're here.
So Alex Jones just posted this an hour ago because we were talking about him before. Said he was going to release it. See the video analysis that the latest ICE shooting of the armed agitator Alex Preddy in Minnesota was 100% justified. Alex Preddy is seen reaching for his holster in a slowed down footage before the first shot is fired, clearing the brave heroic agents from any wrongdoing. And he literally there's another angle that we didn't show yet that shows that.
Is this on? It's on his X?
Yes, that's it. That's the exact one I just pulled up.
Oh wait, what is he?
Can you make it bigger? It's hard to see.
Is that good?
Yeah. It was that first video that he showed where you see him reaching towards the front of him, grabbing his holster.
Okay, so that one pulled out his gun, that ICE agent.
Yep. That's the one who shot.
So was that it right there?
No, because you can see him on the ground. He's on his knees. His hands are in front of him. So, like, he moved his hand up towards his waist, and that's what it made it seem like he was going for his holster. Was that movement, which gave the justification to assess the threat.
Mind your business. Well, this is just the rest of it.
Yeah.
And are trying to hide their identities from the American people.
Oh, there we go. Great value, Obama.
I hate him.
We're talking about
disappearing, no due process. We're being hyperbolic. If you're a black and brown community, it's here. Wake up.
Dangers that we saw in Nazi Germany, especially in the earliest days of Nazi Germany, are the dangers that we need to react to now. They're taking people off the streets and sending them away. It's a 5-alarm fire, everyone.
Every single ICE agent who's engaged in this aggressive overreach and are trying to hide their identities from the American.
They want them to take off the mask so that their families can be harassed.
Yep.
And that they could be doxxed. Like,
I'm so sick and tired of hearing the Democrats say this is what's going on in Nazi Germany, exactly what's going on now. For anybody who really believes this shit, you need to go pick up a fucking history book and actually learn history before you believe these fucking people.
I'm going to make a prediction, though. I bet we're going to see probably in the next few days white liberals be incredibly angry at Black Americans because we're not out there protesting with them, or we're not out there leading marches, and most of us collectively are staying home. And I feel like we're going to start to see them really start to show their racism and bigotry, because we already know some of the most racist people out there are these white liberals who think the absolute worst of Black Americans. And I really feel we're going to start to see them now, because not only is this like the second person shot, but this was what appears to be a white male now. And so we've had 2 white people shot back to back, for lack of a better term. And I think they're starting to get really upset that Black Americans, especially foundational ones, aren't out there. We don't want any part of this. We're like, nope, not us, not I. It's too cold outside. We're not doing nothing. It doesn't concern us. And I think we're really going to start to see how crazy they can be. And we're going to want, I bet they're going to turn on us. When I say on us, I feel like they're going to try to spin the narrative and try to blame us, because that's what they do. When we're not out there working for them, they start to spin the narrative and blame us.
So, Nora, I had pulled up that Joe Rogan because now he wants what he says here. Well, I'll just
He doesn't support ICE.
One up at Home Depot. Instead of like looking for gangbangers, looking for criminals and cartel members, they go to whatever's easiest pickings so they can get numbers up. There's do you know Ed Calderon? Do you know who he is? He worked he was a Mexican military guy who now is an American citizen, but he reports extensively on the cartels, and just was telling me some horror stories about ICE raids. And one of them was they took this guy who had been brought over here when he was a baby, but didn't have American citizenship. His family, came over here illegally, lived here for 20 years, can't speak Spanish. They deport him, send him to Tijuana.
Can't speak Spanish.
Can't speak Spanish. Does not speak Spanish. He is essentially an American citizen. He just never lived anywhere else. He just doesn't have the paperwork. He's not a criminal. They sent him over to Tijuana, and now he has to live in Mexico.
That's the definition of illegal.
He's on the streets. Has no idea. He doesn't have any money.
Why don't have money if he been here for 20 years? I don't feel sorry for that man. If you've been here for 20 years, why you don't have not one piece of paper of being documented?
Exactly. Like, what are you doing? Like, people try to do that all the time on my live, right? Because I do political debates, and they're like, well, you have no empathy for these people. This is the only country that they've ever known. Their parents brought them over here when they were 1 year old. They should be allowed to stay here because they don't know anything else. Okay, cool. So your parents brought you over here when you were a child, and then you grew to be an adult, and you're here for another 20 years after that. Why didn't you, from the time you were 18 years old until you were 30 something, why didn't you apply for a citizenship? Why didn't you apply for anything to make you a citizen? That's your fault of your own. And if a child gets caught up in this, somebody who's from 18 or younger and their parents brought them here illegally, that's the fault of the parents. We have a problem in this country with foster care already. What are we supposed to do? Take these kids and put them in the foster care because they've never been to Mexico? They never lived anywhere but the United States? No, that's the problem that we have. I don't care if they are not criminals on paper or not. They broke a federal law, 18 USC 1325. They are a criminal by the letter of the law. Just because they were not convicted doesn't mean anything. That's like us saying somebody killed somebody 30 years ago, but they never got caught for it, that we should just give them amnesty, even though we're enforcing laws. And we did investigations to figure out this person did it. We're doing investigations to figure out these people are here illegally. They broke this law. This is the consequence. You got to go. I don't care.
Right. Now, I don't hear any DACA people being deported. And this is the thing. So as far as these Democrats and you liberals lovers, I call them liberal lovers and Democrats, why didn't you guys try and fix the immigration process? Because our immigration department has been disorganized for decades. But if you Democrats want the illegals to become citizens, so before you allowed the border to just be completely run over, why didn't you also have something set up for people who've been here for years or decades to get some type of documentation? They didn't think of that because, I don't know, they really probably thought that Kamala Harris could win the election. Or they knew she was going to lose, so they knew that, well, these 20 million people that came here through the 4 years, is no way that Trump is going to get them out, can get all of them out, or even half. And then on top of that, we're going to pay agitators to fight ICE, and there are going to be some deaths, in which we have 2 so far. And so creating chaos, and a lot of times when you create chaos, it distracts from what's really important, or the whole focus of it all. So maybe that's their plan, which is why I would never be a registered Democrat, never again, because they don't mind the destruction of this country. They don't care if this country gets torn apart or gets destroyed by terrorists that are already here, sleeper cells, because they actually walked through the border. But then you're mad when our federal military or federal agents doing their job to prevent these said attacks that potentially can happen at any moment, trying to identify sleepers. And then you have these sanctuary cities that are literally harboring the sleepers, and administrations in these sanctuary cities that are not complying or helping the federal government. So who really hates America? Democrats. Nora, do you have any other videos?
Now we can start doing closing thoughts. Dennis, since you're our guest, you can go first.
I am a guest. What they say, they don't just hate the US, they hate the West and capitalism. So thank you for having me. This was cute tonight, because I know I'm do lives on Saturday. So appreciate it. People, mind your business. And if you want to go protest, just protest and stay to the side. Or you're gonna be laying 6 feet under, like Renee and Alex. But their family is going to get a hefty payday. Renee Good family got over $1 million via GoFundMe, and that was her payout. If she were to die, then of course they're going to pay the family millions of dollars. And then Alex, his family, they're about to get millions of dollars as well. So stay out of ICE way.
Yeah, mind your business. Before we go to the next closing thoughts, I'm sorry, we had super chats. Your crush wrote us again, Mia. He said, "Yo, Enzo, tell Mia how I saved your life that one time." Enzo said he don't know you, homie. Who do you think it is, Enzo? Do you have an idea?
I don't really know. But I mean, hey, Mia, I helped Boy out. He saved my life one time.
He does HVAC, which I mean, I don't have any central air in my house. That might come in handy in the summertime.
Feel Good 41 said, "Inform yourself, Dana. You sound like a fool." Damn, Feel Good. Be nice.
I don't care, because that person sent in $2. You're broke.
Dem's broke.
And even if you're not broke, a $2 comment, nobody cares.
On your side, Dana Trumpinator said, "Dana, I can't believe how unwoke you really are."
I'm not woke, or I don't do those terms. I don't know.
And Michael said, "They don't just hate the US, they hate the West and capitalism."
Well, no, they like capitalism, but they like it via socialism. They only like it for the elite. So I can't. Why do y'all believe politicians? Like, I don't believe nothing politicians say. I don't care if they're a Republican or a Democrat. It's just that the Republicans, I will say this, they do want to preserve this country and the Constitution. The Democrats don't care. They kind of want majority of people to be slaves, i.e. socialism, communism, or whatever, Marxism, but they want to stay wealthy. So Yeah.
And shout out to Enzo. He said the Dems are broke. And that note, Enzo, go ahead.
Like I always say, Dems broke. This was a great episode. I'm glad that we all got on here and we got to talk about this situation. And go over some of the footage. Obviously, the true details will come out eventually. We're just going based off of what we see so far. Guys, just mind your business, and open your eyes to the Democratic Party. And the chat's eating me alive tonight. I mean, I can tell who the uneducated people are from the educated people in the chat. It's kind of funny to me. So, like I said before, I'm sick and tired of hearing Donald Trump comparing to the Nazis and Nazi Germany and everything like that. Please, 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 I implore everybody to actually open a history textbook and learn about Nazi Germany. There's no comparison to what is going on in America right now to Nazi Germany with the illegal immigrants and the Jews, because they were trying to get the Jews out of Germany who were, citizens and actual people that were allowed to be in that country at the time. Hitler just saw them as undesirables. United States, we're getting out illegal immigrants that are not lawfully present in the United States, that broke laws that came into this country. We are getting out criminals out of our country and actually upholding law and order. So seriously, open your eyes, learn things yourself, stop listening to your partisan lens, and again, just wake up from the Democratic Party, because again, they don't care about you guys. They use you guys as pawns to get what they want. They exploit people. That's all they do. The Democratic Party has never changed since the inception of the Democratic Party at the fall of the Confederacy with the Civil War. So with that, do what you must. Look things up, flame me in the chat. I really don't care. At least I know history for how history was written, not what people want to portray it. With that being said, everybody have a great weekend.
Are you going to go live after this?
Yes, I will be live momentarily.
All right. So you guys can look up Enzo, RNC Enzo on TikTok, and go support his stream. Mia, what's your closing thought?
My closing thoughts is everybody just needs to stay home. Just stay home. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. It is like negative 10 degrees outside. It's not worth it. It is not worth dying. It is not worth protesting for a group of people that don't give a fuck if you live or die. We act like these migrants give a crap about us, like they care, like these Somalis care. They don't care. We could all die tomorrow. They would not care. These people don't care about us. So don't put your neck out on the line for a group of people that don't care if you lived or died tomorrow and they don't know your name. And also, if you see somebody in a protest and it is negative 10 degrees outside and they got a baby, call CPS. Get those babies out of the cold. I'm sick and tired of seeing all these kids outside in negative degree temperatures. Fucking fools. Call CPS on them.
Damn, not fools, not call CPS. Anyways, guys, that was a good stream. Shout out to Dana with the data. Thank you for coming. Make sure you guys go check her out on her channel. Make sure you support. Shout out to Mia and Enzo. Thank you guys for coming at the last minute. We represent all viewpoints here at the New Party. So everyone that's here for the first time, please subscribe, hit the like button. And these are my closing thoughts. So I'm first generation American and I still support ICE. Okay. However, this is not the country that I recognize. I think that we are in very contentious times. Again, I support law enforcement deeply. They put their lives on the line every day to keep communities safe, but support does not mean silence when things go wrong. I do believe ICE agents deserve better training, clear rules of engagement, and leadership that prioritizes de-escalation and accountability. At the same time, to everybody's point on the panel, please mind your business, stay home, get out the way, because at this point, we are trying to do the biggest deportation in history. Joe Biden allowed the border to be open for 4 years, and this is where we're at. But those who exploit tragedy to inflame chaos must also be held accountable and responsible. Shame on Tim Walz. Shame on Mayor Fry. You guys should be holding your people accountable. Stop engaging. Stop telling these people to go protest and riot. You've lit the fuse in the fire, Governor Walz. You should be telling people to calm down. And again, this applies to both sides. How now we're going to go to Trump. What we're seeing right now, we're missing leadership all over. The Attorney General and the President must speak clearly, forcefully, and urgently to condemn the growing divide in this country and set a tone of unity, not escalation. If we continue down this path where distrust places dialogue and forces replace judgment, we won't recognize America a year from now. We won't see another 250 years. And that should be a concern for every single one of us. God bless. Good night, everyone, and stay safe.
Family, we want to take a moment and speak directly to you. What we're building here with the new party is more than just content. It's more than commentary. It's a community, a space for independent voices, honest conversations, and people who are tired of being talked at instead of talked with. Right now, we're raising funds for something very special. Our new party, Castrith. An in-real-life content experience coming April 2026. This trip allows us to bring the team together in person. Many of us who have only worked virtually to create real, high-quality, independent media. Media that isn't funded by corporations. Media that isn't controlled by political parties. Media that answers only to the people. Our goal is $5,000, and every dollar goes directly toward hotel accommodations for the team, food and travel necessities, studio and production space, so we can bring you even better content. Your donation isn't just helping us travel, it's helping us continue. It's helping us stay independent. It's helping us grow. And it's helping us build something that lasts. Right. By the end of this year, our dream is to host a watch party, bringing the team together and opening the doors to the public. Donations like this make that possible. They help turn an online movement into a real-world community. We truly look forward to meeting all of you one day. But for now, we're incredibly excited to finally meet each other, to strengthen this team, too, and to bring you even more meaningful, powerful content. If you believe in independent media, if you believe in community over corporations, if you believe voices like ours deserve a seat at the table, please consider donating to our GoFundMe, becoming a member, or supporting us by buying merch. No contribution is too small. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for believing in us, for rocking with us, and for helping the new party continue to grow. We couldn't do this without you.